All right, so today we're going to just talk about one of our students here and how to cure or help with the over-the-top movement with the golfer. Now, I'm going to zoom in for the down the line view here, and we're going to start to play this swing through, and we're going to go to the top of the golf swing. And I think what we all know is that we tend to see uh, from the top of the swing, that handle starts to go towards the golf ball, right? And then we'll also see from this player in particular that adds a lot of loft at impact. You can see a dynamic loft of 34 here. You'll see that this golf club will start to release early, so he'll lose this angle uh, between his golf club and forearm quite early, from there to here. And as we start to play this through, play forward, you can see how that the wrist set is gone away early, and that club starts to travel towards the golf ball. Right. So if we look at the arm parallel, you can see how steep his golf club is. Put a green line here, where it gets pointed down inside the golf ball. Right. So when a club is steep like that, I mean, think about like an airplane. If something's coming in steep, at the end of the day, you have to pull up. Right. So you get down to the bottom, and he's gonna shallow it out, so you get this look here at impact where it's club passes the hand, add some loft, and the club has to exit left. Right, look at the top down view, and the club's exiting significantly left here, and that's where his club path starts to get out to in. And I'd say, funny enough, that 6 degrees out to in was actually very good for this golfer. And we started the day at 12, and we started to figure out the right feels on how to get it lower and lower. But we had to figure out how do we get this club to travel as we start the downswing and get this club head from here to inside the hands. So what we did with him is I gave him a training aid, and this one's a little bit weighted, called the one club. And a lot of it, what he had to do was just figure out how to make the one club click by his left foot. And the first time, a couple times, it was scary. But you can start to see that he starts to figure out, well, if I want to swing this one club and get it to click later, things start to change. Body starts to move first. He starts to retain angles on the downswing. Funny enough, look at where that club head would be, inside the hands. So he learned how to be a lot more dynamically or biomechanically more efficient with his golf swing to learn how to release the club a little bit later. And that got his hands, or his hand path, to now start to drop more down versus forward at the golf ball. Like having that move down by his side and then throwing it out with his right hand so the club exits more right. End result is start to play it back. So funny enough, you have to kind of get used to the feel of moving it nice and slow. And he gets to the top. And funny enough, now you can start to see the lower body starts to move a little earlier. And the hand path is now starting to drop down first. Angles get retained right here. Much better. Club moving inside the golf ball, or sorry, inside the hands. So funny enough, and loft, it's de-lofted. Right, so funny enough, we got his loft down to 27, club path 3.4 into out, which caused a much straighter ball flight, as you all can imagine. It goes straight down the middle, 9 feet offline. Right? If we do a little comparison between what the two swings look like, so this is, I'll put the new swing on the right, old swing on the left. You can see a little, and just we're going to go to the top for each, and I'm going to bring back Launchmire data. And we can start to see from the top the significant differences in the two. You can even see like how his body changed in terms of orientation. Look at how much he moved off the golf ball here versus there, right? Because he actually learned how to recenter better when he started to figure out how to move the body first. We look at arm parallel with each, and you can see some significant changes in wrist angles. Significant changes, which is awesome. And then as he comes down to the golf ball, you can see how the club wants to travel hands forward versus inside the hands versus outside, and we'll take it right to impact. Significantly different impact position. If you guys are struggling with your impact position and de-lofting the golf club or getting the club path more into out, try out the one club, work on that kinematic sequence, and we'll work on that hand path.